Hi, welcome back to another episode of MSA Crusaders. Today, David and I are going to talk about the differences in our scans and status.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're going to show that I have a brain,
And I don't.
and almost, not quite, not quite, not quite. Yeah, so we definitely wanted to speak about the DAT scans. Now they're very different images because they're different machines, different hospitals, so they're going to show differently. But we thought it'd be really interesting to compare and contrast. Not who's better than the other person, but
Oh, now go on, down the side you want to.
but Daisy has had MSA longer than I have, so therefore, you would expect her DAT scans to be worse than mine. So it makes sense. And then the DAT scans. The reason we're talking about the DAT scans is because that shows where our dopamine is produced from. So dopamine has a pretty big impact on our functions of our body from A to Z. So we'll also touch on that a little bit too. So, with further ado, how do you want to do this, Stacey?
Well, let's talk about how we all need those kind of things.
What do we need?
Well, how our brains need dopamine and what produces the dopamine.
Yeah, so I remember making a video about this. That was the first thing I read about when they said I had MSA, right? But besides the terminal part, the deadly part of it, probably the second thing I looked up was why is it the putamen and caudate stop producing dopamine, and what is its function? Because the first thing I remember, the first thing I noticed when I had my MSA, my first symptoms were my feet not moving right, and then my hands not moving right, and the role of dopamine, which is produced by the putamen, the basal ganglia, right, the putamen and the caudate, it helps to regulate the coordinated muscle movement. So, like I have issues right now with my speech and stuff, even my hands getting dressed or whatever. That was the first thing I noticed on when my symptoms for MSA started, was my lack of foot and hand coordination together. And some of us become even more grouchy, I think, as we get older
Yes.
with MSA, because MSA is directly connected to motivation and reward. And that's something I never thought I'd ever mention, that whether you call it a pat on the back from work or a pat on the back from a spouse, you know even when it comes to satisfaction from seeing family members, to even personal things, the brain isn't able to capture and to understand the satisfaction and reward that comes with certain things. So pretty interesting how we sit there sometimes on the couch and we look mad, but what we're really not is it's just that not everything makes us laugh, not everything makes us smile like it used to.
Or sometimes everything makes us.
Everything will make us mad. Yes, that's true. Makes us mad.
Makes me cry.
Yeah, I never cried too much though. That's, I think, once for my YouTube video, and only in private. So
I was watching what was it? And this it's like American Idol or something. And this boy won. When he won, I just cried.
it's I will say I've noticed a wild swing in my emotions. Um, there'll be shows and movies I'll be like bawling. My eyes would be bawling tears.
Yes.
And I'm saying, like, why am I crying about this? Like, this has nothing to do with,
I
like,
don't know.
yeah, like what am I doing? But yeah, I've seen. I won't admit that too much, but I've noticed the range of from happy to sadness is swings every day, very, very wildly.
Yes, well, it's, I'm a crybaby.
Always, yes, you are. At least you're not crying on every episode now. So that.
No, I did do that at the beginning.
Almost, yeah. Oh, that's one you got there. Yeah.
But
Earlier.
it's coming back. I'm back down there in that peak of the carpet again.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, somebody has to do it, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess one of us have to have feelings.
Your job is to cry, and mine is to be numb.
I'm the good cop, you're the bad cop.
Yes, yes, yes. We're not talking about super troopers. We're talking about good cop, bad cop.
So funny.
Have you seen a? Have you gone and been referred to a neuropsychologist yet?
No.
Yeah, that's one of the other big things where they sit you in front of these. They give you all these cognitive tests because one of the first things you learn, you start to lose is your frontal cortex, is your executive decision making, like making good decisions,
That's
right?
gone. It's been gone a long time.
like the only thing that keeps you from saying, "Hey, I'm not going to go shoot this person for no reason," is literally the dopamine in your frontal cortex. So when you start to lose that in MSA patients, you see MSA patients acting like children and stuff, like doing things they would never do as an adult. But
David, I've been shopping and I can't stop. Yeah, and I don't have any money, but I keep shopping.
credit cards.
I've had to get a new credit card 3 times because I got scams
Oh,
online.
yeah, it happens, especially the last year or two. We'll just have your husband put some pair of handcuffs on you when you go out shopping.
I don't go out to shop. I shop on my phone.
Oh, that's even worse. Okay, we're gonna have to break your phone or something.
I know, right? It's sad. But after the grandbaby come, my first grandbaby, and I buy her something every day. I swear, every day.
You said that about your grandchild. You said your grandchild you're going to buy something every day. I,
I want to get every month, but
yeah.
now I'm getting every day. So I'm going broke doing this.
Well, some of that is probably depression spending too, right? Being sad
Probably.
about our condition. So I wouldn't say all of that's because of frontal cortex stuff, but yeah, a lot of it for sure.
Well, one thing is I wanted to buy her stuff for like her 13th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff so I won't be here for to have her open and waiting to remember, always remember her lolly.
Right. Well, that's kind.
And I'm gonna do little video vlogs for her too.
Yep. There is just because you said it, inside of this box are customized SD cards
Oh,
with
you
certain
made them for
colors
all your daughters?
for my family as my last statements to them after I passed. They all come and pick their own colors, their own keychain personalized that we had, their names and stuff, and birthstones or whatever. And you know, cause you never know when you're going to go, right? I mean, MSA or not.
That's so
But
true, but that's a good idea.
I wanted to write things, like write long letters, but
You can't write.
man,
It hurts, doesn't it? It hurts.
the guy, we sold one of our cars today. We got rid of it because it's taking up room. And he's like, "Sign here." You should have seen the signature. It wasn't even. It wasn't even scribble. It was etch a sketch. Like it was horrible. So I figured it'd be more worthwhile if my family,
Oh yeah.
heard me and saw me,
Yes.
in a good way.
I'm gonna do that for my other family members now.
Yeah.
You
I
you give me good ideas sometimes,
yeah. Yeah. I try. I think it's worth it.
But
Um. Yeah. Go ahead.
my that scan, I had done recently.
Yeah.
I had a horrible imaging suit. Like I posted it online.
Yeah. And your desk scan, so everybody knows. How long have you had symptoms for?
5 years.
And how long have you been diagnosed for?
4.
Right, give or take, right? And you just now
No,
got a DAT scan.
3.5 years.
3.5, and you just got a DAT scan.
Yes.
So, which means your DAT scan should be horrible if you have MSA.
And
After, I
you,
mean, literally after 3.5 to 5 years of symptoms and having diagnosed, you should have a horrible DAT scan.
and I do, don't I?
Yeah, you do. Mine, now the only one I have imaging of, I've had 3 DAT scans so far. The only one I can show you is my first one in my first year. This was 2.5 years ago, 2 years ago. I had mine done. So since mine's has progressed more, and I'll show it, but yeah, it's interesting how that works. So let me pop this up here because we had it. I just lost it. um, the comparisons. So I will show.
Oh, to put glasses on for you.
There we go. Okay, let me share the screen so everybody can see. Hopefully it tells me which screen. Yep, that one and this one. There we go. So we got a picture next to a YouTube video. And I'm making sure. Yeah. There we go. Okay. So my cursor, that skin on the left, the full screen is Daisy's. And the one on the right, obviously, is me with my picture. That's a very handsome man right there. That's a very handsome man. Let me tell you. When they say Rico Suave, they're talking about David Knox. That's for sure.
Oh, come on.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I just show my age. So I think it's easier to start with mine, so we know what to look for. So my DAT scan right here, that's the brain, and it's cut in layers. So as you're looking at this, you should see certain images. So one of them is, you see I have bright circles on my, so this left one here is my putamen, but what you don't see is a comma shape that comes down, and that would be the caudate. Over here, the apostrophe, yeah, the bottom part of the apostrophe, right? My right side, you see a little more to putamen and a little bit of the caudate, but you don't see the caudate. So when they give you these medications, the DAT scan and the drink and stuff, it stops the medication from producing dopamine, and it only looks at what the body's producing. So this is my first DAT scan where I lost only one of my 4 sections. I lost one putamen on the left, or the caudate, and I still had 3 sections left, which was pretty good. And now for comparison, I lost 3 of the 4. So the only thing I have left now, I just had a DAT scan done earlier this year, and the only thing left is my right caudate, like right above the hourglass sign. So I have only one of my 4 left, which, I guess something's better than nothing. Yours, this is the picture I sent back to you after we were talking about your DAT scan and how bad the imaging is. I don't know who took the scan, but it must have been I don't know, a Ford dealership. But the arrows are pointing at what we're looking for is very bright white. And you can barely see, like right here, you can barely see it. You can barely see it on this image right here on 56 or 55. But really, if you look around here, I mean, on image 53, you can barely see the white. But really, it's hard to differentiate between white and bright yellow. So these scans show that you really have next to no basal ganglia activity at all. So no dopamine production at all in your brain. I mean, I could barely see. I think this one on slide 52 is a little bit, but if you go and look at different slices, it's gone. So
You crop that so you pull it up. So there you go.
Yeah. So you can see the white right here. That would be your putamen, even over here, but it's still not. It's not glowing white. Like it's not like mine. You can see the difference in the color because it's a much better test. Yours, it's blurring into the background, and you really can't tell. But you do have a little bit on your right side of your brain in the putamen, but that's all you have. And when I say barely, I mean, you can't even. There's no definitive shape to this, which is not good. Like mine are circles, so we know the putamen is actually legit.
Yeah.
But yeah, yours is very
Big difference
progressed.
there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yours is very progressed. I mean, even when you go look to the left hand side of your brain, like it's here and it's gone, like very very quickly. So the fact that you're losing density, color, the color, the white color so quickly just says that whatever you have, it's like a very simple spark and it's gone like really quickly. So yeah, yours for your age of the number of years of having MSA, you've lost practically all of your putamen and caudate dopamine production.
Why is mine showing up yellow and pink?
So those are different structures of the brain. So the DAT scan looks at structures as well, but the medicine you take is to look for neurotransmitting, like electrical signals, just like electricity in your house.
Uptake.
Right. Dopamine uptake, or the actual activity. So like mine, I have activity because on my first scans I have white, which means if I have this much left, I'm doing pretty good. I'm not horrible. Um,
Right.
and this right here was when I went into my office with my doctor and I my MDS, and I said I'm still doing okay. I'm still playing basketball.
Something's better than nothing.
Yeah, and you go down to nothing. So yeah, the other colors has that's just the membrane of the perception of the brain that it's not looking for activity in those things. So very no matter how you slice your brain, there is brain activity. It's just not uh, basal ganglia activity very much at all, if anything.
And there you have it. Some breakdowns of the basal ganglia.
The putamen and the caudate make up the basal ganglia, and it's one thing to lose one of those, which TBI, traumatic brain injury, you can lose production of those things, but normally in an accident you don't lose all of it. So we with MSA we start to lose all activity of everything, and that's going to end up dying and stuff. So um,
Eventually it's all gone. Huh?
yeah, I mean that's the demise that we have is MSA affects that right there for us. Now that's MSAP. MSAC would be the back of that brain, the cerebellum effect. So that's completely different and a different test, like looking at a different area.
What
Uh,
did they do to test that?
what?
What did they do to test your cerebellum?
Well, they didn't test that for me because they can tell. So they run the entire the dopamine is from here, um, and the cerebellar they'd be looking for something completely different. Cerebellar intoxication or atrophy is what causes the degeneration back there. So they're different tests. You see people talking about PET scans, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
there was this.
right, and they talk about fluorescent PET scans. Well, those are the ones they use for the cerebellum to diagnose as well. Not
Most pets can
not
get it normal.
yeah. Well, looking at the cerebellum. So
Oh.
yeah, PET scans and fluorescent PET scans are not fluorescent and or PET scans are used to look at the structure of the brain. It's basically to see like atrophy, shrinkage, or swelling, stuff like that. Not for activity. So if somebody gives you a PET scan, that itself can't determine MSA or Parkinson's or anything as well.
Gotcha. And as I posted on my Facebook, that dopamine is really, really useful for us. And when we're running out of their dopamine production, we are losing our, like you said, reward.
Yeah.
Not only does it tell you, it tells that's motivation.
Yes. Yeah.
It,
It's what keeps us going.
And you really think you have lack of motivation because you have MSCP. Well, you actually have lack of motivation because of your brain.
Your brain's not moving you to do it. Your brain's not even thinking about motivating you, right? Is
So
it
forget
is
the carrot from the horse.
well? Remember, the carrot is the reward and satisfaction part of the dopamine. So if you have no carrot to begin with, right, because you don't have any reward or satisfaction because of that dopamine, what motivation is there?
Yep.
You see, you got when you start to connect the issues with the dopamine. You know, why would I go running or jogging a 5K walk with Mission MSA if I did not know my children and family were there, my wife was there to support me, right? If they did not show up, what motivation would have been for me to jog and hurt myself? None. I would have just walked. I probably would not even have gone to the 5K. So that's the problem with MSA is that we were rewarded before. You know, we
Have a reward in our brain. We had the motivation.
right, well, for instance, my wife would make her great lasagna, and everybody's like, "Wow, this is really good!" Right, reward, really great satisfaction. Wow, great lasagna. She didn't put too much hamburger on my side. You know, I don't like too much hamburger, but whatever, or turkey burger, whatever. But right, it was a satisfaction and a reward. But you know, if that's not there, then you know what
What
type of
is?
yeah, what do we do? Nothing. Everything for us in MSA really starts to turn gray. I think I've noticed where because now don't get me wrong here, we haven't lost right even right now we haven't lost 100% production of dopamine. We've lost you've lost most of it and I've lost a good part of mine. But we still have some dopamine being produced. It's just not enough to spread throughout the whole body to make everything work right. Right? It's like a car battery. Right? To start a car, you need 12 volts in your battery. Well, if you only have eight volts, your car's not starting. It's going to go click,
You're
click,
not going
click.
anywhere.
Yeah, the lights might come on, it might go click, but you're not going. But it's not going to accomplish the mission. So we do have dopamine still being produced, right? That's why they give you levodopa, carbidopa to actually enhance dopamine antagonists to enhance the dopamine to make it more, right? To amplify it. But when you have like, let's say levodopa carbidopa can double the dopamine's effect. Well, like you, with the lack of your activity, if you're only producing 10% and you double that to 20%, that's not enough to do anything.
No.
Right. So we that's why we don't lose our body all at once and just die right away because we still have some dopamine and we still have, like you said earlier, some muscle memory of our bodies. So we're still doing something, but once we lose all the dopamine production, then we go downhill really quickly.
Mainly it's about muscle memory
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you don't have dopamine or lack of dopamine. Like, for example, it's working for you when you have MSCP anyway.
Yeah.
It does help with my tremors, but that's about it.
Right.
Yesterday, I made my nurse some onesie cupcakes for she was discharging me today.
Yeah.
She's having a baby in February. Well, concentrating on making those cookies, I was shaking so bad.
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
leaf. It's concentration when you concentrate. So that's how my tremors happen.
Mm-hmm.
But the movement is a part of the brain that primarily responsible for regulating movement, including motor planning, learning new things. So it's very hard for us.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that it is. It's hard for me to. I keep backing up and hitting my chair into the table. Oh, I can't learn how to drive it.
Don't remember. Yeah. It's you lose the status quo, and that's we start doing weird things around the house.
And the execution.
Oh God, don't get me there yet. That's part of the executive function. Yeah. I mean, that's what keeps us doing the Lord's good work, right? That's what keeps us on the positive side is the frontal cortex, our executive decision making. But once we lose that, we do some stupid things that end up being hurt or killed or hurt other people, put other people at risk. So that's the hard part.
It is, and I know used to be more of a Christian than I am now. I kind of have lost that faith, in a way.
Sure.
So that's hard for me to execute.
Yeah. Well, it
Nightly prayers.
religion is something you have to have a very deep faith and belief. But when you start losing, again, that risk, that reward and satisfaction of going to church or going to blessing or whatever, even I don't want to say the power of God, but there's some things that the brain just can't
Grass.
overcome. Yeah, it can't overcome and grasp to see past it because you literally can't see the reason of why I'm going to church to begin with because you've lost the satisfaction of going for an unknown reason.
Yep, it's so true. I was watching this thing on YouTube last night. It was a little girl at a Bible drill, which is what I won second place in Texas State Bible drill when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Second place. I knew the Bible from the front to the back. I was watching her and they gave her a scripture to quote. She quoted it so fast. I was like, man, I don't even know what that scripture could be. Where it could be. What book in the Bible it's in. Much less. But we also have we lose into initiation.
Yeah.
That's from swallowing. I got an ENT scope this Thursday. And,
How'd that go?
well, voice felt slow.
Yeah.
Which I knew that because my speech is getting worse. And my tongue and palate slow.
They don't work at the same time.
So he'd have me swallow, and I had to think, concentrate for like 5 minutes to see before I could swallow.
Yeah, it is. People who don't have MSA don't realize.
Don't have a clue.
Initiation, coordination is one thing, right? Coordinating, like
I've lost that too.
going to the bathroom, right? Voiding disorders and neurogenic bladders, swallowing, like these things are coordination. The muscles have to work in order to move the pill or the food down to the right area. But initiation is getting that started, and whether you're walking, talking, writing, speaking, sneezing, I mean, it is hard to even burp correctly because you have to initiate the belching, and you will sit there for literally 5 minutes trying to belch because you have to, but you can't. These muscles down here don't want to go first, so if they don't go first, you can't move up from the stomach. Rather, you can't get it
on its own.
Yeah, you can't get it going in the right way to begin with. It's initiation is so hard for anything,
Anything at all. Moving that right toe, big toe.
Picking up a fork, putting on socks and shoes. I mean, moving the fingers to tie your shoelaces or anything. It's just like there's coordination and then there's starting the movement.
I felt so bad last night. My husband put his saucer of apple pie and ice cream or kind of a fancy restaurant dish in my hand, and I'm like, I can't hold this in.
Yeah.
I can't do it. He's like, why can't you do it? I said, I just can't. I told him I need a big spoon. What? Just take smaller bites. Well, I need a big spoon for the weight.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Weight actually helps
pick it up.
Yeah.
Just like a teaspoon at the restaurants,
Yep.
I can't eat it with that. Don't do that. You can't that thing weigh anything. I need some weight.
Yeah. Yeah, there's certain shapes like plates we can't hold, utensils, cups. Yeah.
And then I went to try to eat it, dropping it all over me like a mess.
Shaking everywhere too. Yeah.
It's horrible. The things that you can't do anymore.
Yeah.
But
you can. It's just really messy.
The key points. All right, we were talking about that. Human is one of the primary structures in the basal cellular ganglia, a group of brain regions crucial for motor control, dopamine involvement,
Yeah,
putamen.
but what you said, the putamen is one of the main for involved in movement control. Correct.
Yep, it is dopamine to perform functions, which is why we affected in conditions. Uh,
Like
learning. We talked about that. Sorry, I scrolled up my page.
it's like Parkinson's.
See me try to scroll my phone.
Oh, as yeah, yeah. It's
Oh,
I swipe as I'm a person who uses swipe where you just move your finger to the word the letters when it makes a word. That is almost impossible to do now.
here goes me scrolling.
Yeah,
My husband's
exactly.
like, do it like this. And I'm like, I can like
Faster.
do that.
You're long pressing.
It's horrible. You can't do nothing that you want to do.
No,
Your
you
movements do not.
you can. It just gets increasingly frustrated the more you do it.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can. I'm not. I got stolen. I'm not me anymore.
I don't know about that. Wait a minute here. You just say you're not mean anymore?
I'm not me anymore.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay.
I was stolen from me.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're in a fog a lot?
No, psychologically, that means that you Google what that means psychologically. It's usually your life is in a downwards, you know.
I feel like you're in a
Turn,
dream.
you said falling, right?
Fog.
Oh, fog. I think I'm still pretty sharp now when I'm in public or around people. Yeah, absolutely, yes.
I constantly feel like I'm in a dream.
Oh, I feel like you're in a dream.
Yeah, like I'm really not here.
I wish. I wish that that might be the drugs, Daisy.
Maybe, but I mean, I want to wake up from this bad dream. That's what it said.
Oh, I hate to break it to you, Daisy.
I'm not waking up.
Not waking up for this one. I wish. I wish more than anyone.
That's not a dream that. Listen, you're gonna think I'm crazy. There was
I already do.
thunder dart, thunder dart, thunder dart,
Thunder,
dirt.
dirt, like dirt underground.
Yes, it was like thunder and bring this like mudslide up. So we were trying to hide in a basement, and then it's closing up in the rooms next door to us. But I have my oxygen, so I'll be okay for a little while. My husband woke me up because my oxygen was coming out of my nose, and I'm like, "You saved me from thunder dart."
We do. I will say I've had some very interesting dreams. What was it to say? I don't remember most of them, but uh, my wife the other day she like touched my back in the middle of the night, and I said I was talking in my sleep. I was like, don't be waking me up when I'm sleeping. And I was just like, I don't know. MSA makes me speak at night a lot, and the dreams are always in relation to something that's happening, like touching me, or I'm touching something else, or the cat's
Yeah,
by me, or I hear a sound or whatever. Yeah, very interesting dreams for sure.
and he was fixing that oxygen.
Yeah, I could not go to sleep if I had oxygen like under my nose. I would be
I
tearing it
didn't think I
apart.
could. I
Uh,
do. I sleep with a throw blanket around my arms
yeah,
and wrap my arms up it
yep,
to keep from pulling on it,
yeah.
pulling out a catheter. And I wake up and I have my arms out now, and my nose staying still in place. I'm not messing with it, thank goodness.
That's good.
But
Normally pulling them.
it's so funny. He goes, and this dream I remembered because he said, "What were you dreaming about?" I said, "Oh,
Thunder
thunder
dirt.
dirt."
What the hell is thunder dirt? Thunder dirt is something you only find in Texas. Apparently, next to the Thundercats. Old old show. Yeah,
But you would think you go higher if you had this thunder dirt. with this dirt was packing up around you so you can breathe, not go down lower in the basements. You know,
I'm not sure I can agree with you on this one. I don't know.
you want to go lower.
I expect dirt to be lower than higher. Yeah.
You would want to go higher to avoid it. So
Oh no, you had your oxygen. You were set. It did not play a factor into your dream because you knew you already had oxygen.
it was only last me 3 hours though.
Oh, you got you got to think ahead. Unbelievable. What else about dopamine? Dopamine creates orthostatic hypertension, urinary problems, erectile dysfunction, um, which also is a big issue for a lot of people. Just not MSA. Now that treatment, that surgery, who was it that had that surgery in Detroit? Paul?
Oh, you're talking about Carrie?
No, the treatment in Detroit was the put him to brain surgery. It was not Eric Bryant. It was it Paul Gibson?
I thought Carrie was the only one that had.
Yeah, Gary. I'm sorry, Gary Troutman. Yeah. Um, that was the way that they were trying to inject new genetically modified uh, dopamine to try to reboot the putamen and caudate. So
It'll make more.
Yeah, kind of like jumper cables to a
Kickstart.
car. But yeah, that hasn't really worked so far. So
No, poor Gary.
no, or at least not for Gary that we know of. I thought we knew somebody else that was going to have it besides me.
I was going to.
Yeah, I thought there was one other person that had it. We were in contact with. I'm not sure. No.
No, but there's what you got to look forward to. I told you back in the day, David, you're gonna have to look forward to this.
No, I'm not looking forward to it. No, I have a solution for that, but I can't say it on here. I have a solution, and it's not suffering.
It seems like I won't say what Eric Ryan does. I'll say
Yeah.
check out my MSA sucks.
Let me say, like one of those vacuum cleaners, those good ones. Not Dyson. They're oh
Sharps.
no, those are cheap ones. The ones that have the transmission, they're old.
Rainbows.
They're expensive. My mom bought one. It really has a transmission with gears to go back and forth. They're the best in the world. I can't remember what they are, but yeah, MSA sucks with a vacuum cleaner for sure. That's what are you gonna do about it?
Um,
But the problem with the MSA part is like part of it is people react to dopamine medication. So
yes.
so they're much more able to survive longer because the body isn't doing dopamine, but the pills work. But for us, medication doesn't work at all, at least for a short time, like months, then gives out. So there's really no way. I will say though, those stem cells.
Yeah, you had good luck with us.
We need to talk about that next week.
Yeah, but you need to get on those early. You need
Well,
to be where David's stage is. That's my stage.
well, you even so, and I agree with you, by the way. But you don't know what you don't know, right? Who knows about stem cells before you read about it or hear about it, right? So Carrie Walsh gave me permission this morning. I didn't know she wanted me to, but she says for my YouTube video to show her before and after from the videos we have from Google.
Yeah.
She says because people
need that visual.
If they can see it like we did, right?
Right. It's unbelievable, isn't it?
My last video. I showed myself walking into the house with groceries, right? But nobody noticed me kicking a rock off of my sidewalk at the same time. I'm taking in 2 loads of groceries in my hands full. And as I'm walking perfectly, I kick a rock out of my way. I kick the rock perfectly too, out of the way into the grass for no reason at all. So stem cells cannot replace something that's already dead. So like even with your DAT scan, you still have some activity. It's just very minor, right? So what the stem cells there are to do are to rejuvenate, help protect, help to grow back the outer sheathing of neurons,
Yes.
and
Bandage it.
well, exactly,
Because all it
exactly.
is a bandage. It's
It's
still
insulation. Yes, it is. Yep, it's insulation
gonna
to keep the signal from jumping out. But the most important,
it's still gonna fail. It's just giving you a little bit longer.
yeah, absolutely, it's still going to fail. It's just getting more time. But the main goal of stem cells is to create new connections, neuron connections in the brain. Um, you can see stroke and rehab patients that have, they lose half their body movement, but their brain will create new connections and they'll gain some function back. Even people that have been paralyzed before can regain function back by creating new connections. So, you know, I went down for stem cells not to really fix anything, but if you remember though, we have a lot of issues here that affect our whole body.
Yep.
But those stem cells also help the bladder, GI, blood pressure, spinning, dizzy, double vision. I don't have hardly any of these things anymore. At least they're not a nuisance anymore.
My vision is horrible. It's getting worse in the
Yeah.
mornings, especially when I wake up. I can see that my eyelids going like twitching.
Yeah. I had that a couple of times. That's horrible.
I'm trying to read something on my phone, and the
Yeah.
words just going back and forth like this.
Yeah.
It's horrible. It makes you hurt.
Yeah, when I had my stem cells and the spinal injection, my eyes did that, and that was wow. The eyes just like a little movie reel.
Yes.
Yeah. But of
I
course,
hate that.
it all costs money. But there are a few clinical trials that are doing MSC stem cells for free across the country too. So even if you don't spend money in Mexico like we did, there's still some clinical trials that are offering it for those that obviously those that qualify.
And the thing about the clinical trials, they want you to come early in the symptoms, but you don't get diagnosed until later. So,
Well, here's the thing though. They want you to be far enough along to where they can see good improvement. They want their tests to be looked at positively, like, wow, look at Daisy, she's now walking, running, or Carrie Walsh is now singing. Somebody like me that's already still active, how much can I improve with their test? So if they had me on, it wouldn't be good because how much can I improve? I can still do almost anything, but not someone who's more progressed. So they definitely want you to be in that certain score to where they can definitely see progression. And the companies and pharmaceutical companies are like, oh yeah, look at this, right? Daisy had a 30% gain in steps or whatever, right? That's what they want. They don't want people like me who are still moving, pretty good.
you're still Truman.
Sure. Am I still what?
Truman.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. But not as much as I did before. I mean, it's
It's better.
let me put it this way. I went to a party. Our our oldest daughter's friends both graduated from high school, so they're in college already, but they had a late celebration. So we went to their family's graduation party. That was the first event I went to with probably 250 people. Right? It wasn't big, but it was enough. DJ, food, line. Everybody saying, "Oh, Dave, it's so great." Everybody, Dave, it's good to see you. And this is a Spanish Hispanic mix, so you have to get up and hugs and kisses for everybody. You have to. You just can't sit there. You got to get up. So all night long, getting up and down, up and down, up and down, right? Hugging kisses. And Daisy, I even thought about getting on the dance floor and trying to dance.
What?
Now I can't dance to begin with. So let's start there. I can't dance before.
Did
But
you do it?
I could try the two-step or whatever, right? The fact that I wanted to get up there and try to two-step or whatever, the simple steps, tells you those stem cells
How
have done
good
it.
you're feeling.
They've done a number on me, and I'm telling you, I feel really good.
That's awesome, David.
So we do have some upcoming events we're going to go to where I'm actually going to try see see if I can not fall. Yeah, right.
I used to be a dancer. I would go to the club.
Yeah.
And I would do line dancing. And I even entered. I can't believe I'm saying this. I even entered bikini contests.
Not laughing. Go ahead.
And I had to dance in a long bikini in front of 100 people, or more people. And I would put my foot up on the rail and dance with my foot up high. I couldn't even dream about doing something like that now.
This episode of MSA Crusaders is sponsored by Hooters and Baywatch.
That's what it reminds me of. It's the Hooters.
Hey, I mean, it is what it is. You know, at least you can dance. I never learned how to dance really. So,
I never won though.
well, me either. But you know, only thing I ever won was an egg drop competition. But that's completely different.
Electric slide was my favorite. Let's go out there and do the electric slide.
Yeah, like I said, they have 20 different versions of it today. So, yeah.
The old timey.
Did you have any boot spurs on?
No boot spurs.
So you're not that Texas. You just
I did have my boots, but they weren't spurs.
But no spurs. So you're not really Texan. You're just from Texas. I got you. Okay.
It's from Austin.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
That area.
Everybody had spurs. No.
More Central Texas.
West Central. Okay.
Hey, we may have a surprise coming up for you in a couple weeks. That's all I'm going to say about it. Big show. We may have a big surprise for our viewers and our listeners in a couple weeks.
I'm not sure how we're going to pull that one off.
That's all I'm going to say, but we're going to do the show. And when we do that, we've got to do a show.
We'll do something. Yeah, absolutely.
Let's keep the suspense. Christmas special for you.
There you go. Hopefully. No promises, but we hope so.
Cross fingers. Chuck didn't know what I was going to say.
Absolutely. Well, that's skin and dopamine for you, and a little too much information about someone in a bikini. But anyway, I'm never gonna let that one go. So going forward,
let's find out, David, how much reading you got done. I knew that.
I forgot I had the book. This morning I woke up. I didn't wake up till I didn't get going till like noon, 12:30. I must have took the wrong pill this morning. And like 1 o'clock today, I was like, "Where is that? Where did I put that damn book at?" Like I knew, like it hit me in the middle of today that I didn't read your book. Well, I have your book, but where did I put it? So
listeners, help me.
I'm going to find my book.
To read that book.
Well, I gotta find it now.
David's reading my book.
Oh, David's trying to read your book. Yeah. I've lost it already. I have to buy another copy.
David, there's so much so much in store for you in the book. Okay.
Is the bikini in this book?
No, it's not the book.
Oh,
I didn't go into that much detail, but we're talking about drug deals, riots, murder.
Oh.
You're gonna be reading about that kind of stuff.
It's like a bad love story. I got you.
It's not the. What else would I say?
It's me.
Could love story or a girl's book.
I hate love stories.
It's not like that at all.
I hate love stories. don't make me do it, Daisy. I hate love stories. No.
It's not a love story. I'm telling you, it's not a love story.
Yeah, I know half of it's a hate story, so yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you.
It's really action-filled suspense more than what you think. You gotta get
Mm-hmm.
into it.
I gotta get past the birth.
Yeah, you kick start. You just watch right on board. It's just starting. Party just starting. I'm just getting into the picture.
Can't possibly get beat up as an infant, you know. I will find the book this after we hang up here. So,
All right.
somewhere.
I'm gonna ask you that every week. How's Raiden going to give you a right answer?
You know, there's so much to watch on Paramount Plus nowadays, right? And Hulu, and I mean, you know, you can't blame me, right, for not reading a book.
There is a lot to watch, but still, you have plenty of time to read. So you guys, we'll see you later. And
Yes.
thanks for watching. And remember, we're all. Oh, one more thing.
Oh,
You know who we're partnered with?
Dunkin' Donuts. I hope free coffee.
Mission MSA. Be sure to go to missionmsa.org and check out our hats and our. If you see our coffee cups, David.
Yeah, somebody was ordering for like a Christmas special.
We got coffee cups, we got shirts, and we got hats.
Yeah, I saw the hats. We got coffee cups.
We got coffee cups.
Of course, you did that, right?
Yep.
Yeah. See, I knew you'd be good for something for this podcast.
So check out the goods, the merch. We got merch for you all. And remember, we're all MSA Crusaders. The shirts say that. Remember, we're all MSA Crusaders. And the cups got our logos on them.
So you had to make them cheesy.
And our hats got our logos on them. We got bucket hats. We got baseball caps.
Yep. All hats, yep. And I think almost all the proceeds go to Mission USA.
All the proceeds go to MSA.
Yeah. Very important. Just don't buy them for us. Buy them because it's something you're going to use and you want to donate.
And if you buy them now, I think you're doing 2 gifts for the price of 1. You can get a gift for somebody, your loved one, for Christmas, and also help out somebody through Mission MSA. So you're giving 2 gifts for the price of 1.
I see what you did there.
2 gifts for the price of 1.
I see what you did. See, that's why we have you on the podcast. You are intelligent. I wasn't even thinking about that. I was like, who's the second person here? Wait a minute.
Is it me?
It's not my bank account.
Oh, my David.
Yeah, we have much love for Mr. MSA. Their personnel, they even call and check up on us from time to time. But definitely, the website has a lot of resources that you can't find anywhere else.
And Dennis Quaid is doing Viewpoint Project. He's going to be talking about Mission MSA and MSA to create awareness. So that's going to be good. I'm really interested in checking that out.
Yeah, Google Viewpoint Dennis Quaid and Mission MSA, and you'll know exactly what we're talking about. He's going to dedicate a portion of his segment towards MSA for rest in next year or this year?
This is 2025.
2025, yeah. So at least we got some stardom there trying to help us out.
That's going to be awesome. Check that out.
Oh, for sure.
Thanks, you guys. You have a Merry Christmas. And we'll see you next week.
You got to finish the sentence. You stopped halfway through.
We'll see you next week. And don't remember, we're all MSA Crusaders.
Yes, we are. See you, Daisy.
See you, David.